Good evening, everybody, and here it is. We've arrived at Friday night, and let me refresh the page so I've got you all up here. And this is actually my third broadcast of the day. I have been live. I've done one of my Ladies Go Live broadcasts over on my Lynn Blackledge business page. And hi, Fran, nice to see you. Nice to see you, Paul, and just hope that you've all had a relaxing week and that you're ready to go into a nice relaxing weekend. Hi, Karen, nice to see you here. And just wondering if anybody missed me last night. I normally come live every evening at 10 o'clock, and I had intended to do the same last night when I had an unexpected pleasure, and my son rang me and said he was coming to the island on a brief stop, a whistle stop tour. So Tristan and his girlfriend, hi Ian, they joined me. Hi. They joined me. They picked me up at 5:30. They arrived on the island at 5:30, and we whisked off. Hi. Oh, it's another Karen Fest. I see the Karens are all coming in. Doesn't mean you can't join the broadcast if your name's not Karen, but we do seem to have quite a few Karens joining us, and everybody's saying hello. This is really nice. I think maybe it's because you missed me last night. I was I was just explaining that my son rang me yesterday morning to say he was coming to the island, and I said when, and he said today. So yesterday he picked me up at 5:30 from my house, and we went to a client of his where he's building a website, but it's also a client that I know, so I went round to enjoy the chat and banter while they were working. And then we went off. Hi, Juliet. And Diana's there as well, and Eileen. Oh, I'm fine. I'm really fine. I missed you all last night. Just explaining why I wasn't on camera last night. My son came whizzing over to the island, and as I say, we went off to see a client of his for sorting out a website, because he designs websites amongst many other things. He wears many hats, and then he whisked me off with his girlfriend, and we met up with Sharon, and we went to out for a meal, Prezzo's. And we had a really nice evening, and I didn't know whether I would be broadcasting or not. And then we decided actually to take time out for family time. And I hope that you will forgive me, because after all, I do come on practically every night to broadcast. So it was really nice to take time out. I did miss you all. I did miss broadcasting with you all. But what I've done is I've made up for it today, because this is the third broadcast I've done today. I'm engaged with a Ladies Go Live challenge, a 30-day project, and I live stream that. Sometimes I put it in with this one and combine it, but I decided to do it separately on my Lynn Blackledge business page. I don't know if you're all following me over there. Let me give you the link for that one if I can find it quickly. Hang on, here we go. Let's get the link to that. So if you're not following me there and you'd like to join me on that one, wait a minute. Whoops. Now let's come back over where we were, because I've lost you all again here. Oh, and another Karen. It's definitely a Karen Fest on here tonight. But as I say, if your name isn't Karen, you're still more than welcome to join us. It's just that we do seem to have quite a few Karens in here. And that's fine, as long as I remember, to differentiate you all. Hang on a minute. Just trying to get back to my my personal page to give you to the link to my other page. Hang on. So here we go. Lol. Yes, lol. Very much lol. There we go. So that's the link to my business page. So over there I did I did a live stream about trolls. The subject in the 30-day ladies challenge, Ladies Go Live 30-day challenge, the subject was trolls. So I thought I'd hop over there and do my broadcast over there. And then I hopped over to my White Buzz page and did a networking, what am I trying to say? A little chat about my networking. I've got anybody who is on the island and wants to come along. Hi, Thafina, how nice to see you. If you want to come along to the networking, you live on the island, Kiva's Cafe, 28th of March, next Wednesday. Kiva's Cafe is a beautiful cafe next door to the to Iceland on the Isle of Wight. And basically it's for business folk, but if you want to come along and you're not a business person but you'd like to come along and chat and have a cup of coffee, the meeting is free. You buy your teas and coffees over the counter, that's all. But Kiva's is a lovely cafe, so just there we are, a little bit of broadcasting to get people networking, and basically networking is connecting and chatting and getting to know each other, and obviously that leads on to people beginning to know, like and trust each other, so then you can communicate and benefit and etc. So anyway, my title tonight, let me go back, Enthusiasm is Infectious, was what I put earlier. Enthusiasm is infectious, and also what do you know about affirmations? That's what I put on my note to say come and join me live at 10. And the reason the enthusiasm is infectious is because it's something. This is one of my favourite books, Butterfly Whispers. I haven't dipped into it for a long time. It's a fantastic book, and it has a saying for every day of the year. And so here on the 23rd of March, it starts Enthusiasm is Infectious, which is why I headed my book, headed the note earlier on for that. Hi, Catherine. And this book was given to me by my hairdresser, and she knows the lady who wrote this book. And the lady who wrote this book, I'm connected to now because she's seen me reading out of here, and she's delighted to know that I was sharing her wonderful words of wisdom. And so, hi, Peter. So this is how today's entry goes. Enthusiasm is infectious. We all know that like attracts like, good or bad. It only takes one person to be fired up to inject others with enthusiasm. Everyone can be enthusiastic. All it takes are excitement and passion along with energy. Enthusiasm is easy to catch and easy to pass on. When someone shares his or her enthusiasm with you, take it and pass it on. When people share in your enthusiasm, it will also reaffirm your excitement for your purpose and encourage you to go further. Be enthusiastic and act enthusiastically, and you will become enthusiastic. Be enthusiastic and you will attract so many others. Enthusiasm is infectious. Now, earlier today, I was told I was enthusiastic, and I am enthusiastic and I am passionate about quite a few things. One of the things I'm enthusiastic and passionate about is people being nice to each other. And hi, Karen, another Karen. We're lovely, lovely. Lots and lots of Karens, but we've got lots of other people here too. And I do appreciate you all coming in and sharing with me on my broadcasts and giving time to join in. This is wonderful. And please do comment. I love, if I miss your comments, folks, please don't worry. I go through and after the broadcast and I check and I respond to all the comments. So do pop things in there. But inundated Karens. As I say, I was told earlier today I was enthusiastic. I am enthusiastic. One of the things I'm enthusiastic about is bringing community together, bringing people together, connecting people. They do call me the connection queen. And the person who called me said I was enthusiastic today was one of the lovely ladies who run number 66 in Union Street. Now, if you've been in any of my broadcasts recently, you will have heard me talking about number 66. It's a lovely shop. It's a lovely gift shop. And I have to say, hang on, I'm just going to dip down here to get something, some props. Whoops. I'm coming back, folks. And it's the lovely shop where my medicine tin came from. Laughter is the best medicine. Don't know if you can see that. This came from number 66. And so did all these lovely little books that I read and dip in and out of on a regular basis. And we have You Are Amazing, The Little Book of Resilience, Every Cloud Has a Silver Lining. Always Look at the Bright Side, The Little Book of Positivity, and The Little Book of Friendship. So those were all the books that I already had. That I've been building up just recently. The last two, these two, I was very excited because I got them earlier in the week and I only had to pay £2 because I'd built up my loyalty points, and so I was able to buy these so that I can keep dipping into them and inspiring, and it inspires me and hopefully it inspires you, and when you comment that inspires me back again, so there's enthusiasm coming each way. Hi Lynn. So I'm just going to put those books back there. But today I was in number 66 again, and that's when I was told I was enthusiastic. But a friend came in there with me, and I am really excited to say that my lovely friend, I don't know if she's in the broadcast, I think she's one who goes to bed early, so she might not be in the broadcast. Hi Sue. And look, I've got another book. I got another book because my lovely friend bought this one for me. The Little Book of Affirmations. So I'm going to share some of this with you tonight because I had my eye on this one. I've got my eye on another fun one. The next one I'm going to buy is more, it's a fun book about getting older, and I'm probably going to get that one next week. I'm just pacing myself with all these lovely books. I'm going to have a little bookshelf made to put all these lovely books on, but I do enjoy sharing them with you. I hope you enjoy them. And so, as I say, the reason the lady called Sue, no, it wasn't Sue, it was Jane. Jane and Sue are the two lovely ladies. They're twins, and they run this lovely shop, number 66. And the person who bought this for me only went in the shop because she'd seen me live stream. The other day, unfortunately, the door was, somebody put a boot in the door of the glass door of the shop. And I was live streaming because we wanted to know how we could get the CCTV because the police didn't want to do anything about it. Today, I found somebody who connected and said they know how to get the CCTV. Unfortunately, she told me, and I was able to tell the shop owner. So we've linked up there. So that was one lady that came in the shop. So we linked up about connecting, how to get how to connect to get the CCTV footage of the person who kicked the shop door in. Hi, Angela. But also, then I was talking to the shop owner, and more people are going in there because I keep talking about the shop. So one of the things I like to do is raise the visibility of the local businesses. I run a network group here on the island, and that's what I do. Nothing like a good book, no, and nothing like a lot of good books, Karen. And as I say, I can share them all with you. And the lovely lady, it was Jane I was talking to today, and she was saying how enthusiastic I am about the shop. Well, it's a shop. It's got such a good vibe. You go in there, the customer service is fantastic. There's just a really good vibe, and I can get coffee in there now. They've got a table and they do coffee in there now. And when I'm sitting there having coffee and looking at these lovely books, more lovely people come into the shop. It's just one of those shops that I go in. If I feel I'm not, I need a bit of perking up, I go in. I go in anyway, but if I feel a bit of needed perking up, I go in there. By the time I leave, I'm back to my enthusiastic self again. And it's true. I think we get enthusiasm from each other, and I certainly, if I go in there, I certainly feel enthusiastic about all the wonderful things in there and the lovely people in there. So this little book, as I say, was bought by a friend who happened to be down Union Street and popped in there with me while she was just waiting for a lift to go home. And this is The Little Book of Affirmations, and let me share it with you. Let the powerful mantras and inspirational quotes in this book reveal your inner strength and guide you to happiness every single day. This little book is packed with wisdom from writers, spiritual leaders and philosophers, plus simple, easy to follow tips to help you think, feel and act positively. And you can work on it if you're not a very positive person. It's very easy to get yourself into that way of thinking. I do it on a daily basis. I work at the positivity because life does throw lots of curveballs, and boy, don't I know it. I've been juggling some rather large curveballs lately, but I'm not going to let it to get me down. You know, it's just, life is, there's so much good about life that you've got to keep going and enjoy it. Enjoy every single, we don't know how long we've got on this earth, so let's actually make the most of it. And of course, that's the little book of positivity there. They all link up. There's such lovely things in here. And what I'm finding is that I'm bumping into more and more nice people all the time. Hi, Jasmine. Nice people. I mean, even walking down to number 66, I was coming down from the top of town. I've had a wonderful day. I met up with my brother David and his wife this morning for coffee at one of the local churches, and then we went up to Kivas and had our lunch, a lovely family time together, and then they had to go on their merry way, and I ended up sitting in Kivas and doing some work, because I can do a lot of my work from there, a lot of my client work. I do social media for various people plus myself, and so I can do a lot from there. And I had a great time. Then I decided to head down to number 66. And I was going down, I've forgotten why I was going down with a message, I think. And anyway, all sorts of different things happened. On the way down, I met a lovely lady who said to me, I've met you before, haven't I? Now, I keep getting this because I raise my profile by being on Facebook Live. Loads of people keep talking to me and saying they know me, even if I don't know them, because a lot of them have watched me on the broadcast, even though I don't know them, because my profile is quite open. And so sometimes I know these people and sometimes I don't. So we established that we knew each other from the Slimming World group. And she recognised my trolley. Well, for those of you who don't know, I have a shopping trolley that's lilac, named Lilac Lil, and she gets up to as much mischief as I do, but she's well known around the island, and I think if anybody ever stole her from me, she would soon come home, because there's only one on the island, I think. I don't think we've ever seen another one, and so she's quite famous, is Lilac Lil, my shopping trolley. And so that's how she recognised me, because, you know, linked with Lilac Lil. So we stood and we had a wonderful conversation, and she runs her own business, and we ended chatting, and she gave me her business card, because I will network anywhere and everywhere, and you know, in the street is just as good a place as any. So we had a wonderful conversation, and then I went further down the road and I met my one of the lovely ladies that that I connect with often, and and she bought me this book because we walked down to number 66 together, and but I then met, you know, I'm always meeting new people all the time. It's just wonderful. And I just, you know, I think I need to dip into the little book of friendship, because I'm meeting so many friends all the time. Life is tough, lots of not very nice stuff going on, but lots of lovely stuff, lots of new friends. Almost every day I'm meeting somebody new. In fact, was it yesterday or the day before? No, it was the day before yesterday. I had been to over to do some knitting in a new knitting group I went to, and I met a lovely young lady at the bus stop there, and we got chatting, and we're now Facebook friends, and I'm going to teach her to knit, and a young girl who wanted to learn to knit, and it was just so nice. You know, I think you know, I just get a good vibe off of nice people. Concentrate on the positive, exactly. And the thing is, although there's a lot of negativity around, if you concentrate on the positive, as Karen says, positive things will happen, and they do keep. But I practice positivity and motivational stuff every day. I will be listening to podcasts about from motivational speakers. I will be dipping into little books like this, and actually always looking on the bright side if I can. Sometimes the curveballs throw me for a minute or two, but even if they do, every cloud has a silver lining. And this one, I mean, this one is a must. The Little Book of Resilience. One of the other books in the series is the Little Book of Relaxation. They haven't got it in at the moment, but I've got my eye, I'm watching, my beady eyes there ready for when they do get it in. So anyway, let's go on with some affirmations. Let's dip into the Little Book of Affirmations, because I hope you'll enjoy this. I'm going to read you the introduction. Hi, Ian. Life is much easier when you focus on the good things. Our thoughts and words shape our destiny, and the power to improve our lives is within us all. Affirmations are positive statements we repeat to ourselves until we accept them into our unconscious thoughts and beliefs. The results, when you begin to practice them on a regular basis, can be amazing. Not only will you accomplish your goals more consistently, but you will also begin to understand yourself much better. And then there are lots of things in here. There are things that you can right, here we are. This says, say it again and again. Affirmations need to be repeated frequently to become effective. You can say them to yourself silently, say them out loud, or write them down. Repetition allows the affirmations to sink into the subconscious mind. But remember that to prompt the subconscious mind into action, you should use the words you choose with intention and feeling. And some of the words are things like, I am good enough. Those sort of things. Let's see. Let's have a look. Here we are. Here's one. I am what I think. All that I am comes from my thoughts. And there's a little thing here. This is absolutely true. So why think negative thoughts? Maybe this is the script that runs into your head. I'm unable to find a better job. I just know that I'll be stuck in this rut forever. Why not think instead, a great job that has my name on it is out there now. It's coming closer every day. Feel happy about it and look for opportunities that present themselves, because there are many. In a nutshell, all you have to do is put into words, affirmations, what you want to happen. So, for example, I have a good life, and the more I become aware of all that is good around me, the happier I feel. And so affirmations you repeat and you repeat and you repeat. So it says, fix your mind on pleasant things, even if they are small. Enjoy the beauty of a flower. And I do this all the time. I walk down the street, I'll see a hollyhock. Now that reminds me of my dad, who's no longer with us, but I get reminders of my lovely dad every day. So whether it's, it's not hollyhock season now, but there's a garden down the road that has lovely hollyhocks in hollyhock time. And I stop and I really do enjoy these things. One of the gardens further down has got Michaelmas daisies. Now, hollyhocks and Michaelmas daisies we had in our garden. We had a big garden when I was growing up, and my dad wasn't a great gardener, but he did the garden. He kept it nice, but I wouldn't say he was a world-class gardener, but he was great at keeping some of these flowers going. And these days, if I see a flower or if I get a smell of something that was in our garden, and I mean, it just reminds me of my dad, and it's just so wonderful. To me, it's that's just one of the real joys of all that's out there, that's nature. It's so positive. It doesn't cost me anything to enjoy all that. And one day, I've told this story before, but I'll tell it again. One day I was walking down to the bus, and there's a hedge down the bottom, and it got some blossom on it, and it's a hedge. We had a hedge like this in our garden when we were growing up. I know, because it's a smell. Every time I walk past it, the smell triggers the memories from way back, and it was just amazing. And one day a little piece of blossom fell off that, and it was before I had Lilac Lil, but it fell onto my Peaveris trolley, and it just went down there like that, and it was just an absolute reminder of my dad. And so you can get those. So it says, enjoy the beauty of a flower, relish the feel of walking on crunchy autumn leaves. Now that, again, takes me back to my childhood, takes me back to that same garden where my dad used to, it was a huge garden. We had a huge garden, then we had a hedge in the middle, and then another huge garden the other side. And it was forever getting full of leaves. And in the autumn, my dad used to rake up the leaves, and then we used to go and throw them about and scrunch through them. And I can remember him pretending to be cross. I don't think he was cross. I think he enjoyed seeing us do that. And now, as a grandma myself, I've enjoyed taking my grandchildren. My grandchildren live opposite a park, and in the autumn we love nothing better than scrunching through those leaves. I just so enjoy it. And in fact, my last autumn, my daughter sent me a picture, and it was a picture of a pair of feet with wellies on sticking up out of a pile of leaves. My granddaughter was actually in the pile of leaves, and you could just see her feet sticking out. It was such a fun picture. And I went up to see them soon after that, and I wanted to get into that pile of leaves. I wasn't sure if I'd get up again, and I just thought, well, do you know, I'm going to get down here. So I got into the pile of leaves, and we had fun with that pile of leaves. I didn't quite lie down and get buried in them, but I did have fun sitting in the leaves with them. So not just scrunching in the leaves, but I was sitting in the leaves too. Take pleasure in cuddling a puppy or a kitten. Appreciate the food you are eating. And I do. And of course, these days, I've now gone on a grain-free diet. I'm appreciating my food even more because it's actually made me a lot healthier. So I'm very, very grateful for that. It takes absolutely no more effort. Wait a minute. I missed some out. When you fill your mind with positive feelings and thoughts, there's no space left for negative emotions. It takes absolutely no more effort to think positively than it does to think negatively. Make yourself a promise to start making your life more positive now. And you can do it. You know, you can work on it, which is what I do every day. Often I'll start my day before I get out of bed. I'll pop on some motivational something on YouTube and watch it, or listen to some motivational podcast. Here we are. Here's another affirmation. I am so grateful for all the good things I have in my life. And so I would repeat that again and again. And it says, always recognize all the good things that are already in your life, because you'll find there are many. If you find it easier, write them down in a notebook. Add to it regularly and read it every day. Remember, it is the repetition of affirmations that leads to belief. By doing this, you set up a flow of more good things coming your way, so that ever more opportunities will come along. Trust in the process of life and see yourself live abundantly and happily. I'm enjoying this. We're very much enjoying this book. It says an affirmation opens the door. It's a beginning point on the path to change. And I was taught to do affirmations a long time ago by somebody here on the island. Here's another one. Positive thinking and negative thinking are attitudes of mind. So you have the power to choose the way you think. Whether you dwell on positive thoughts or negative thoughts is up to you. Of course, it makes sense to choose the positive. Why would you do otherwise? If you have been in the habit of negative thinking, stop right now. The next time a negative thought dares to enter your mind, banish it by turning it on its head and think of the benefits of the situation and what can be learned, rather than dwelling on disappointment. There are people out there, and funnily enough, this evening I did an earlier broadcast, and it was part of the Ladies Go Live 30 challenge, and it was talking about trolls. And of course, trolls are much more negative people, and they try to make it uncomfortable for you, and they ooze negativity, but actually it's just as easy to head for the positive. So it says, this one says, I have unlimited energy for life and my whole being overflows with joy. And actually, little secret here, my middle name is Joy, so I think this one is definitely for me. So I have unlimited energy for life and my whole being overflows with joy. So the best and most effective way to energize your life is to do it from the inside out. On a practical level, that means watching what you eat, getting fresh air and exercise, and getting enough quality sleep. You should also repeat positive thoughts as often as you can. Hi, Gary. See yourself brimming over with energy, leaping out of bed in the morning. I'm not quite sure that I leap as much as I used to, but then I'm older and, you know, so I don't quite leap, but I do get out enthusiastically and really looking forward to the new day. Know without any doubt that if you really want it to, your life will start to change for the better. And so I just thought, okay, Karen, that's fine. That's good. I'm probably winding down in a minute. I'm not going to read it all tonight because then I won't have anything to read another night. So I thought I'd just go there with that. So that's most of, you know, that's what I'm going to read out of my books today. I will read some more. The other thing that happened, it's actually on the island. It's Go Orange Day today. And right, hang on, Juliet's just read her son's school newsletter. They are working with them, fostering a culture of growth, mindset and resilience. Oh, Juliet, I'm delighted to hear that, because it really does need, all this needs addressing in schools. You know, start it early, get the positive mindset, you know, teach these children to be resilient, and you know, they will grow up into wonderful human beings and hopefully have less stresses than some of us have had in growing up. Because if they're addressing it in school, that's really good. I'm delighted to hear that. I'm an ex-teacher, and you know, I think that a lot of it hasn't been addressed in schools in recent years. So I'm delighted to hear that. Yeah, so I was just starting to say there that today is Go Orange Day, and I might have had on. I've got an orange wig that I bought in the past because sometimes, you know, I have boppers and things on my head or things to be amusing. But the orange wig is on its way to London because my daughter is going to be 40 tomorrow, and she wanted a pile of things. She's having a photo booth at her 40th birthday party, and she wanted some props, and I sent her various wigs and wings and head boppers. I didn't let her have the Easter ones because I want those for my broadcasts this week, you know, in the coming week. I'm going to see my daughter next weekend, so I'll get the things back, but I didn't want to part with the things that I might be wanting to wear. After all, tomorrow night, Saturday night, is Laughter with Lynn night, so I probably will be wearing something on my head to make you amused or not, as the case may be. But had I not sent the orange wig up, I had not realised that it was Go Orange Day, I might have kept the wig back. But actually, let her have the orange. Let her have that. And what I'll do is I'll just put a little bit of orange in the picture because I bought some orange peppers today. Thank you. I like to see the hearts and the thumbs up. You know, if you're enjoying this, please do, you know, put more thumbs up. Hello, Sandy. Send more love and then we can share it. Please share the broadcast. If you enjoy this, please share the broadcast with others. But anyway, as I say, the orange bit that I could produce was some orange peppers that I bought in Barrow Boys earlier. Barrow Boys is a lovely greengrocer's shop in Ryde, and outside they have bowls of things for £1. And I got a bowl of lovely peppers. They weren't all orange peppers, but I just picked out the orange ones because it's Go Orange Day. And Go Orange Day, in fact, I forgot to tell you what that was about. If you don't live on the island, you won't know. If you do live on the island, you probably will know. Go Orange Day is a day for highlighting the good work that our lifeboat crew do. And so they were out collecting for Go Orange Day, and there was a girl who had I think she had orange trousers on and lovely bright coloured top, and she decorated her face, you know, face paint all over, and I said I will put something in her bucket if she had a selfie with me. So we had a selfie which I will put up on my Facebook page to highlight the Go Orange Day, and I put some of my, you know, some change into her bucket. And it's nice to be doing that because tomorrow I'm bucket collecting for another charity, so it's always nice to actually do it both ways, either to be collecting or to be popping some change into the bucket. So that's what I was doing there. And then just something I remembered, I met another lovely lady today, somebody I had met on Instagram. I'd communicated with it on Instagram, and somebody who is what we on the island. We have such a wealth of talent. We have artists, we have photographers, we have craftspeople, we have so many people, such talent on here. And what is delightful is that sorry, a message just came in and threw me off my beat. What is delightful is that people like Jane and Sue, who run number 66, support a lot of our local jewellery makers and artists, etc. And this lovely artist, she runs a business called Seashells and Lavender. It's handmade homeware, gifts and art, and her name's Joanne Jeffrey. And I'd seen her work on Instagram and chatted to her and said, oh, we must meet sometime. And in fact, while I was in number 66, this lady came in, and suddenly I realised it was the lady that I'd been talking to on Instagram. So again, made her have a selfie. So these pictures will be coming up on my social media page because, you know, I am the connection queen. And I do like to connect the businesses, and then I like to share it on social media so everybody knows all these new people and all these new businesses. So, you know, that it was lovely to meet her. So basically, that's a roundup of my day, and it's been a lovely week. You know, as I say, a few curveballs here and there, but, you know, actually you get used to juggling them. And so, you know, nothing new there. So, as I say, I've had a wonderful day. I've had a wonderful week, you know, added to the pleasure of my son doing a flying visit to the island. Arrived on the island at 5:30 yesterday evening. We had a wonderful evening and family time together. And then he was gone again soon after 8 o'clock this morning with his girlfriend, off to the next thing. But I don't know when I'm seeing him next. I am seeing my other two children next weekend and spending some more family time. So hopefully I will fit in the live broadcast. I'm not quite sure of the plan. I'll let you know. But I will continue doing the 10 o'clock broadcasts if I can. So I thank you all so much for joining me and giving me your time. If you enjoy what you see here, please share it with others. If any of this inspires other people, then please do share. If any of you want to come into a broadcast and join with me and have a chat. The other day we had Steve-O the Magician on. Once we got over the technology and all the techie issues, we managed to get him into broadcast. I do want to do more regular broadcasts with more people. Doesn't matter whether you're on the Isle of Wight or not. As long as we can get a connection, I can bring you into the broadcast. So look forward to that. Tomorrow night, Laughter with Lynn, 10 o'clock. Please, please, please send me your funny stories, but don't put them don't put on the public page. Send them to me privately, because I want my medicine tin full of all your funny jokes and funny stories. You know, laughter is the best medicine, but it won't be much fun if there's no jokes in the tin tomorrow night. So please, I will find some more jokes myself, but if you can send me jokes or funny stories that have happened that will make people laugh, please share them with me, and I can share them with the bigger world out there. So thanks ever so much for coming. As I say, please share if you like this. Please give me a few more thumbs up. That's always lovely to see. And see you in another broadcast very soon. Bye for now.